It is day 107, August 4th, and I'm just leaving from, I think it's called the Wiley shelter. So I ended up making it, didn't have much choice actually, to the Wiley shelter. Ended up doing my longest day of the hike so far. I think it was 27 or 27 miles. And it absolutely poured rain the last, I don't know, two of that, the last hour or so. But the shelter was dry. I was worried there was going to be a lot of people, especially since it was Saturday. Let's see which way I'm going here. It's a road crossing. Since it was Saturday, I was nervous it was going to be full and it was raining. But there was only one other through hiking couple there. And it ended up being, I think, 3 tents. I think just section hikers. The good news is with section hikers, usually they're not keen on staying in shelters. So there was just 3 of us in a shelter that was probably meant for like 8. And it was a pretty nice shelter. So I was warm and dry. Everything's good once you get out of the rain. Everything else was soaked, or at least the stuff I was wearing anyway. And today, the good news is, after doing 27 yesterday, I only have 13 and change today to Kent, Connecticut. Connecticut, New York, or again, like North Carolina, Tennessee. You bump back and forth, kind of like New Jersey, New York. 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you bump back and forth between the 2 states 2 or 3 times before I finally leave New York for good. I don't know, 25 miles from here or something. Oh no, maybe actually today. Anyway, I got a shorter day today. I would have had 18 or 20. So getting wet and the pain and suffering yesterday was worth it for a short day today. Plus I didn't have much choice because there was nowhere to camp. So I've got a room reserved in Kent, so it's all good. This is when you're serious about no trespassing. Look at this fence. You got that plastic, whatever it is, over the creek, and then the fence extends another 10 feet above that and continues all the way up. And then the sign says, yeah, they all say posted, no trespassing. This is posted and patrolled. I'm guessing it's probably not patrolled, but it's like a 12-foot fence and a fence across the creek. Definitely don't want anyone on their property. I think this is only maybe the first of 2 or 3 crossings into Connecticut, but I'll take it. Gateway to New England. Of all the places I lived in my life, I don't know, probably 20 different places, I lived in Massachusetts the longest, for 20 years until I retired. So this is kind of fun, hiking all the way to New England. I think that's 9 down, right? 9 states down, 5 to go. Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York. Yep, 9 down and 5 to go. Got Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. 9 down, 5 to go. This is the summit of 10 Mile Hill, my first hill in Connecticut. Not much of a view today. There you go, that's the view. the clouds, keeping the sun away. So I think I'll take the clouds and no view versus clear skies and views in 95. This is 10 Mile River, right before it flows into the Housatonic. I'm not familiar with 10 Mile River, but I certainly am with the Housatonic from my time living in New England. Big Connecticut River. Really pretty in the morning sunlight though. There's 10 Mile River again. And I'm just going over the bridge here. There's 10 Mile River flowing into the Housatonic. Housatonic downstream. Now, at least for a little while, the trail takes me right alongside the Housatonic. That's a treat. First real climb, certainly with a pack on, in a long time. Ooh, it was hard. That also my first view of Connecticut. Pretty good view. It does feel like I'm leaving the sights and sounds of New York behind. Haven't heard a train in a while. Also haven't seen a deli in a while. I am going to miss that easy access to trailside stops and food. Onward that way to Kent. I'm hopefully on not too long a road walk into Kent, Connecticut, so that'll do it. Unless I take some video in the little town of Kent. That'll do it for day 107. You can see some other hikers are doing the same thing. Hopefully it says it's something like a mile, which isn't too bad. But I've got a room reserved there, and if the notes are correct, they've got everything a hiker needs. There's a laundromat, grocery store, post office, I think maybe a restaurant, pizza place, so should be perfect. Today being the 4th, is the Kent sidewalk sale. Crazy busy in Kent. It is day 108, and you rarely see me without my hat and what's left of my hair. Look at that wild hair. Anyway, I'm here on day 108 on a 0 day in Kent, Connecticut. I'm staying at the Fife and Drum. My room is up there on the second floor, and the Fife and Drum restaurant is right behind me, and Main Street, Kent, is down there. I'll turn it around in a few minutes and take some pictures in Kent on my 0 day here. But yesterday was brutal, probably the hardest day I've had on the trail so far. I really hit the wall. I think it probably was a combination of, just 3 hard days, 63 miles, that 27-mile day I did day before yesterday, and that just really hit me yesterday with some steep climbs, the first climbs that we've really had in quite a while. Sustained, 1,000-foot climbs, combined with the heat and humidity were really high. The bugs, which I've talked about before, have just gone off the charts. I mean, just swarms of them. Even with your head net, it makes you crazy. To the point on some of the climbs where I'd go 10 or 20 feet and just stop, have to catch my breath. It felt like I was starting all over again in Georgia. It was just really disheartening. To the point when I got to the inn here, I actually looked at some other people's videos from years past, and it made me feel better because they also talked about how hard this section was with the heat and the bugs and the climbing again. Pennsylvania was certainly really, really hard with the rocks, but there wasn't a lot of elevation change. So this is a whole nother deal as far as climbing hills again. But I guess it's good because bigger and steeper climbs are coming real soon and real fast. So it was a perfect time to take a 0. It's been, I think, at least 2 weeks, and my last 0 was because I was a little bit sick as well. So it was a perfect time to just relax, take a 0. It's a great town with pizza place across the street, grocery, laundromat, real close. Everything is walking distance. Just a quaint little Connecticut, New England town. And I will enjoy my day today and get back at it early tomorrow. The heat and humidity returns. That's the only sort of bad thing today. The humidity isn't as high, and tomorrow thunderstorms come back for the next 3 days. But I'll get out early tomorrow morning and hopefully get to the shelter before it starts raining. Fingers crossed. But for now, I'm going to enjoy today. Here's my room up top there. I don't know if the train still stops in Kent. I doubt it, but there's the old train station, the welcome center there, Kent Coffee and Chocolate Company, the antique store, and Main Street. There's lots of little shops and restaurants, some galleries. Definitely is the term gentrified Connecticut village. I don't know if that's the term, but nice place for a 0 though. Now this is a true Kent tragedy. Annie Banani ice cream store apparently closed at the end of 2018. That is terrible. That's horrible. Most important store in all of Kent somehow and for some reason closed. Here's the one traffic light in Kent and pretty church. It's funny because you have this very cute Connecticut town with its shops and galleries, bookstores, restaurants. This really quaint Main Street, in contrast with quite a few hikers in town. So you see quite a few through hikers stopping in because it's so close to the trail. And so you've got kind of trashy looking hikers like me, or worse, I might add. I'm pretty civilized right now in the shower and everything. In contrast with all the folks shopping in the galleries and eating in the restaurants.